everybody, it's your Slightly Rude Stylist here on Coffee and Cosmetology. Today we will be talking about hair growth and how split ends affect that, because most people, and by most I mean like 99% of people, come into the salon and say, well, I want to clean up my layers, but I don't want anything off the length because I want my hair to be as long as possible. I don't ever want to cut it. And it drives me crazy every single time. And when I try to explain this, they just look at me like I must be lying to them. I don't know what they're thinking, but they just have this dazed and confused, deer in the headlights look on their face. So I'm gonna try to explain this one more time as best as I can. And I know it's not gonna be the last time that I will ever have to explain this, because obviously not every person in the whole world is watching these videos. But if you are watching these, you can at least like absorb the knowledge and then spread the knowledge and like tell your friends and whatever. So let's get to it. You are not going to grow your hair as long as possible by never cutting it. That's the biggest myth I've ever heard in my entire life. And here's why. Your ends start to split approximately 6 to 8 weeks after you get it cut. So first of all, that's why we recommend a hair trim every 6 to 8 weeks. That depends on what you do with your hair on a daily basis and what you're doing on a daily basis. So if you keep up with your trims, you only have to get like a 1/4 inch taken off each time. And on average, a person's hair grows about 1/2 inch per month. So your hair is still growing and you're not cutting off all your length that you've just been growing for the past month or whatever. Anyways, so let's talk about split ends some more. Like I said, your hair starts to split 6 to 8 weeks after you get it cut. So if you only get it cut once a year, okay, you get it cut off, and I can guarantee you if you only do it once a year, you have to get at least 3 inches cut off, at least. Again, it depends on what you do on a daily basis and how you treat your hair. So your ends start to split 6 to 8 weeks after you get it cut. And what happens when you don't continuously get the split ends cut off is your hair will continue to split up the hair shaft. So your hair is gonna end up breaking off, which is why a lot of people, mostly women, who say they don't want to get their hair cut, they never get their hair cut because their boyfriend likes it super long. They have the stringiest ends I've ever seen, and it's gross. And even when you show them how gross it looks in the back, they're like, no, I don't want to cut it off. I can't cut it off. My boyfriend's going to kill me. He loves it long. Okay. Well, I'm sure he would like a larger handful of hair if that's what you're going for. Because little stringy, gross ends is not cute. So, I have a lot of women who come into the salon and say they don't understand why it's stringy at the ends. They just want it to look full and healthy. So I tell them they have to, at this point, they have to get like 6 inches cut off, and they freak out. And most of the time the answer is absolutely not. So this is usually the part of the consultation where I explain to them how split ends affect your hair. And there are other instances where a person will sit in my chair and say, I've been trying to grow my hair out for like 5 years and it just doesn't grow, and I only get it cut like once a year, maybe, if that. Sometimes it's 18 months. If I had a nickel for every time I tried to explain that their hair is breaking off because they never get it cut, I'd be super rich right now. So just to recap, because I know I was kind of back and forth and all over the place in this discussion. Your hair starts to split 6 to 8 weeks after you get it cut. If you don't continuously get it trimmed, your hair will continue to split up the strand, which means eventually, because your hair strands are already so thin, it's going to be even thinner because now it's split in two. And that is twice the amount of hair that your natural oil has to try and lubricate and condition and all that stuff. So it's just too much, it's too hard. Your scalp and your body can't handle that, so then your hair breaks off, which is why it ends up looking thin and stringy and gross. So if you want long, healthy, full hair, you must get your hair trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. Okay? I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, and it's because they don't understand it. Again, this is why I'm explaining this and letting you guys know that just because you don't get your hair cut doesn't mean it's going to be super duper long. You have to get it cut. Like I said, it's only like a little 1/4 of an inch every 8 weeks or so. That's not that much. You won't even notice, like, at all, not even a little bit. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below. I will help you as best I can. If I need to do any more like in-depth, detailed explaining, I will totally do the best that I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.